Now we are going to discuss the idea of system of records. See, what happens is all these companies, let's say like at my company, we have at least 25 sales systems. Different people using different sales systems. When a company is small, they use a system like mine. They put every information in Excel. Like we maintain each and every consultant's information in an Excel. Okay? But if the company grows, let's say they buy Siebel. Let's say, so I'm a small company. Let's say I grow. Then I have to, and let's say there are 25 such companies. Let's say I buy 25 other small companies like mine. Okay? They all will be having Excels. Is it right? So this is the history of my company. Actually, they were all small 30, 35 companies. One guy bought everything. So now there were 30, 35 databases of the same thing. First company also had the accounts database. Some of the accounts were common, is right. Some of the accounts were different, right? There is no commonality between all those accounts except the name. By name and address, and only you have to figure it out manually which account in this first one company refers to the other one, other the accounts in the other company. Okay, what I'm talking about, it boils down to pretty much having multiple databases having the same data. They are all having same data. There are so many databases, they all have the same data, except there is no way to exchange data. Let's say one guy sells an opportunity for an account here, right? If VP wants, and for the same account, this guy sells the opportunity too, right?
So basically, there are two opportunities for an account.
For an account. But if VP gets a report from this this database that this opportunity has one, this account has one opportunity. From this database, he gets another report that this account has one more opportunity. But he does not know that this is the same account, or the it is the same account for which basically there are two opportunities, one for product one, other one for product two. So the whole goal of these guys is to find out which one, find out the all the information regarding a particular account. Concept is not clear. Let past. This was the company. This was the VP who was taking the report. There was another user who was entering the data on a day-to-day basis on this database, and in 2002 this was the case basically. Then one guy, let's say Jeff, he bought both these companies. He bought both these companies, and now there is a person on top of both of these guys, both of these companies. So this is a complete company now. This guy wants to know how much sale are we making. Is it right? He can never know. He can never get a true picture of how much sale as this combined company is making. Is it right, Azim? Because he can, okay, I'm sorry. He can find out how much sale he is making, but he cannot know how much sale for a particular account. His goal is to find out all the goal of this guy is to find out all the premium accounts, and for that he needs to find the information revenue per account. Is it right? He's going to get a distorted report because the account here is not the same as the account here. Oh, sorry, even though is it the same, but there is no way to find out which account is this in this database. There is no common or cross reference between this database and this database, because the fact in the history they were actually two separate companies working together. If we want to provide this functionality to Mr. Jeff, who bought both these companies, we need to have a common database. A common database, something like this. A common database. All these databases have to get into this and evaporate. Making sense? For that, we need to merge all these records. We need to find out if AT&T is lying in database 1, if AT&T is lying in this database, then AT and T is same as that. And this row ID is this row ID. They must be having some primary key too, that they are actually same. Once we do that mapping, then systems can basically do a good job. Even if the database keep existing separately, then the system job can run and find out that revenue for this guy, revenue for that same guy in some other table, in some other database, make a composite report and publish for Mr. Jeff. Howsoever simple it might seem, howsoever complex it might seem. One of my clients, they don't have this thing. It's a $2 billion company. very big company, and they don't have this thing because of the fact that they actually bought 35 this thing, and there is a big team spending like they're spending like their plan is to spend like 15-20 million dollars just on unifying all these databases. I think big team is working. I'm not sure how much, but like 30-40 people are working on this thing. Everybody's working on different database and trying to find out the commonality between this mega database and these peripherals, and trying to see that at least all the information flows in at the end of the day and gives a composite view of a particular account. Is it right? Is it right? This database, when it gets ready, will be called as system of records for accounts in the company. That all, if I ask you how many accounts do we have, Murux, you will not go and query here. 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 You go here and query and find out. Give me the exact number of all the accounts in the world. If I ask you how much is the revenue per account, how many accounts we have in every city, you cannot go to any of these databases. You have to come to this system of records for the accounts. We will also call this source of truth. These are actual words used in the real world. Source of truth for accounts in the company. In my company, there is no source of truth. In my company, there is no source of truth for accounts. Contacts, which are even more in number, they are also attached to accounts. If your accounts are not merged, or what you call it, if there is no account master, let's say it simply. There is a third way of saying the same thing, account master. This is account master. Source of truth for accounts, of accounts, for accounts, system of records of accounts, system of records for accounts, or account master. Where is the account master database? These are all three things talking about the same thing. And we need to have account master database, we all agree, to give the direction to the company. Otherwise, you will not be able to target, right? This VP, in his account, AT&T will be an account who must have bought maybe 0 products. Whereas in all these 4 databases, AT&T has given us million dollars of business. Do you think this person should contact and find out if AT&T is interested in giving them business? Yes, this person should also do, but there is no way for him to know that AT&T is a great customer of rest of my company, rest of the divisions of my company. There is no way for him to know. System of records is a very important concept. Okay. In a typical big enterprise, they will be having system of records for accounts. They should be having system of records for contacts too. Okay. System of records for contacts would also mean the same thing. We have to find out. But again, if we don't have the system of records for accounts, do you think we can do a good job of making a system of records of contacts? Because contacts are associated with accounts, right? We cannot do a very good job. So, and again, revenue by contact is important, but not that important. Revenue by account, as we all agree, is very important. Once we know the account, we can go back into the systems and find out who are the contacts within these 4 systems. That's fine too. Once we have the account system merged, created, we can go back into this system and find out who is the contact in this system and pick it up. Who is the contact in this system, pick it up. Then we can come out with a merge algorithm for them also. But we'll think about that. But at least there is a way to now do some business. Till the account master is there is no way to do a business. Okay? So we understand the importance of account master. We have a fairly good feel of what a master of records, what a system of record means. Okay? I just want to make another little bit of warning here. There's another concept called as master records or master data and customer data, master data and transaction data. That's a separate concept. We should not confuse it with that. Whenever the whole idea is, that we are talking about the system of records for a certain entity. That's when so there are system of records for opportunities also. Whatever they are selling here, 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 these are all opportunities, right? Or orders. So there is a system of records for orders. There is a system of records for opportunities. There is a system of records for activities. Okay, activities is the least important thing to a company, because reps create their activities just to make sure that they organize their work. So system of records for activities is not very important. Opportunity is quite important. Account is extremely important. But then think product master. You think we should have a master database of all the products? If I ask you how many products are we manufacturing? Murux. Do you think somewhere I should be able to go and find out this company when they got bought, they all were selling different products. This company had 5 products, this company had 10, this company had 20, 30, 9, right? This guy was interested in finding out, Mr. Jeff, who bought all these companies, was interested in finding out. So Jeff is he's bought all these companies, right? So we have all these places where the number of products. Do you think it will help Jeff to find out how many products is he selling these days? It will, right? What is his product portfolio, right? Right, right. They are doing a lot of research on finding out, but that's operations research. Which products? Let's say this product they are sell this product was sold. P1 was sold by this company. P2 was sold by this company. So the P1 and P2 they are trying to find out how much similar are they. Can they retire P2 and just start selling P1? Okay, things like that. They're doing a lot of research on that, but that's a different research. Eventually, for me, it will boil down to in the product master, I will merge those records or retire one product, make it inactive, and make P1 active. That will be the only one available for sale. That thing will be easy. But product master is a very important concept too. We need to have a master of records for products. We need to have a master of records for multiple things. Let's say need to have a master of records for employees. How many employees are in the company, what are their paychecks, is something. Do you think payroll can do a good job if they do not have the access to the master of records for employees? They cannot work. So these are extremely important masters systems of records which are definitely required. They need to have a complete system of record for employees. It just comes to my mind, that is very important, right?
So that means they have a master of record for each and every
entity. That should be their goal. That should be their goal. If they all have it, then probably we'll all be out of job. But they don't have it. So they will be hiring people like us to think about how to create these account masters, opportunity masters. Product master is quite easy because if this company is selling a product and this company is another selling a product, then they are definitely two different products. You just create new records in the, just run a job to migrate all these records into this thing. Let's say it has 5 products, it will create 5 records here. It has 10 products, it will create 10 more. So total will be 15 here. Simple, because products are definitely going to be different. But let's say these guys have product setup, product versus competitor product, because they make comparisons. So these guys, when they were selling in 2002, I'm trying to say that these companies were like working independently in 2002, right? So in this company in 2002, they had a competitor product and their own products. They used to publish a report. See, this is how we score against the competitor product. This company was also having a competitor product and our product comparison. Do you think competitor products have to be synced now? When you are creating the product master and the competitor product master, we have to. So that becomes an issue.
No, but that can change also. That can change anytime.
Yeah, but first is like you will basically do this whole thing in multiple phases. First 6 months, you'll first find out what is the common key between competitor products. Then next 6 months, you will find out. Then you will phase out one product, keep one product, things like that. There are so many things that you will do, but you will be doing it one by one, right? Okay, but important point is there are so many reasons why we should do it and what all we need to do to really get that ideal state called as Ram Rajya. We all understand that. We all need to get that utopia, right? We all understand that. But to get there, first step is you marry these competitor products. If you do not know what are these competitor products, you compare it with the A2 here, and in another record, you're again comparing your P1 with P3, which P3 is a competitor product, right? So you're having these two separate records. CP1 and CP3 are two separate records in your database. That's some problem right there. You cannot do a very good job down the line. Making sense? So a person like a BA will be looking at various data entities and seeing, I don't know what kind of BA, I'm not doing that job, and probably I will not do it. But there are some high level BAs too, like some enterprise level BAs, some like maybe they sit right beside CEO and decide the things, or CIOs do like this. They are usually having a very good BA background. They need to have, so they can think and say which entities we need to maintain the master for. Should we maintain a master of accounts? Is it cost effective? Should we maintain the master for competitor products? Is it cost effective? So they might come out with an idea, okay, there is no point in going that direction. Even if we cannot provide accurate comparisons, at least we should have right products and right accounts so that we can get the right report about the direction of the company. Definitely order master is very important too, because if that same order exists in two systems, that's a problem, big problem. We will never be able to get the accurate revenue record, accurate revenue of the company, right? So we discussed ideas, we discuss ideas around source of truth and master of records, is right. You asked a good question. I told where does our boundary of master record finishes, ends. After that, there are so many things that need to be done in order to get that complete goal called as utopia. But till that point, at some place, master records database will be there. Okay, account master, that concept will definitely be applicable somewhere during the whole project. Okay, right? You need to see, so you will hear a lot of words around that: source of truth, system of records, account master, things like that. Okay.